good morning, or what we say in Indonesia, selamat pagi. Thank you so much, ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to welcome all of you in our beloved home. We are very excited today that we could invite you to culinary journey of Indonesian cuisine and delicacies. And for our guide, we are lucky to have two extraordinary chefs, Miss Amy Jorgensen and Pak Aziz, who is somewhere in the room, yes, who are expert on their respective fields. But before I go into more details, I would like to invite the man that need no introduction, the host of this morning event, the ambassadors of the Republic of Indonesia, to the Ladies.
Excellencies, dear friends, thank you once again for coming, for making your time. I know the number of new COVID cases is increasing, but despite that, we managed to be together here to witness cooking demonstrations. Diplomacy and culinary go hand in hand. I cannot imagine diplomacy without culinary. Indonesian food is quite exotic, actually. For those who have been to Indonesia and tried Indonesian food, it's quite exotic, quite delicious. But of course, Indonesian food has been influenced by so many countries. From the eastern part of Indonesia, there are Japanese, South Korean, Chinese, even Melanesia. And if you go to eastern part of Indonesia, there are a lot of influence from those countries. From the south, you see Australia and New Zealand. From the west, you have India, Pakistan, Middle East, Turkey as well. So there have been a lot of influence from those areas. And then from the north, you have Thailand, Vietnam, almost every country. So it depends on where you go, because if you ask me what is Indonesian food, I don't know the answers, because Indonesia is so diverse. Unfortunately, we don't have Indonesian restaurant here in Oslo. Almost in every big city you have Indonesian restaurants, but not in Oslo. Although before the pandemic, there was one Indonesian businessman wanting to set up a restaurant here, but it was stopped because of the pandemic. Today we have two events actually. One is cooking demonstrations. The other one is Winter Bazaar, where you can buy some traditional Indonesian food from different regions. For the cooking demonstrations, we have two chefs. One is Madam Amy Jorgensen. She has been living here for how many years? 38 years. And she used to run one Indonesian restaurant. Was two, but it was probably 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. It's closed now. Madam Amy Jorgensen will show you how to cook Nasi Goreng, fried rice. And there's another one, opor ayam. I don't know how to translate that, so I have to take my Indonesian white chicken curry, okay. Chicken raised in coconut milk. That is my translation. Okay, the second one is another chef, who is an expert on making pastry, Mr. Aziz, he's in the back, okay. It's going to show you how to make dadar gulung cake. This is also not easy to translate. I asked him, how do you say that in English? He said, coconut pandan cake. But I don't feel it is quite, a translation, It's not really that, correct in my opinion. But let's see, yeah? So, let me stop here. I guess you are all here waiting to see the cooking demonstrations and probably have a bite of it. So, thank you anyway. So, enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to stand here to present Indonesian cooking, culinary Indonesian cooking. Today what I'm going to make is the Nasi Goreng. Actually, it's a lot of recipe to make the Nasi Goreng in Indonesia. Probably maybe we have 1,000 recipe, but today I'm going to make the recipe from the most popular from my restaurant before. So. In this matter, that I would like to invite actually one of the guests who would like to cook together with me a copy while I'm cooking. Of if you don't not dare to do that, then we have assistant to help you.
I'll take your word.
So, is there anybody there who wants to come here and start cooking with
You're
me?
up to the task?
Okay.
Let's go. I will be your assistant. So you're chef, I'm sous chef.
Should I have like?
Oh, this way.
Look like you.
Okay. Because if I'm doing myself, so probably you feel like, oh, it's so easy. It looks so easy for her to make it, and I invite her to come with me in order she can copy what I do together. Okay, first of all, we have the recipe. All of you have recipe. So what I'm doing now, I take about 5-6 spoons oil. Okay. And you do the same. Yes.
Let's go. Very good. Very good.
And then I take the chicken breast. I cut it in small bites. No, wait. We start with the onion first. I'm sorry. So today I'm going to make the fried rice with the chicken and the shrimp. I mix both together. So it's going to be very, very good.
It's not frying on our side. So
What's happened?
no, it's not frying.
Is it okay?
Not warm yet.
So warm
No,
yet?
no, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
Don't be so fast. Don't be so fast. Let us catch up.
I get used to get stressed, in the kitchen,
Okay, yes, you are on.
No. We're going in.
So now I have the chicken. It's small slices. I will learn you.
Yeah.
Use two cooking spoons like this, okay? So make it easy because when you use one like this, you know, it's so difficult, you see? And then mix. Use two spoons together.
Okay.
Okay?
Slow.
Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Slowly.
But after Christmas, okay.
Yeah, okay. The special with the Indonesian Nasi Goreng, you know, we use the sweet soya, make different than any others in the world. Because if you go to China, they use only this and onion. But our Nasi Goreng, we use combination between the spices, you know, we call this bumbu. Bumbu is a kind of seasoning, you know, contains of chili, ginger, and this onion, and then garlic on it. You can see from the ingredients. So all the combination between this bumbu and the ketchup manis together, you see, and then I put a little bit chopped chili or grinded chili or sambal ulek to make it perfect.
So very difficult for you to see, but if I flip it like this, you see it starts to turn gold,
Yeah.
right? When it's gold, we're going for the next step. Everything
Next
is
step.
fried in
And then I add this to shrimp.
Okay. Like a housewife.
And the shrimp no need to fry too much, just a little bit. You know, when I use the raw shrimp, not the cooked one. When it's turned into the pink color, it means the shrimp is ready cooked. But I marinate the shrimp with the lemon with the sauce. Yeah. Now we go to the next. I take this one sachet of this bumbu nasi goreng or fried rice seasoning. You know, I show it to you my tricks or I teach you my tricks. You know, when you put all this spicy, you know, I show it to you. Put in one, everything mixed in one place like this. This is 3.5 spoon the ketchup manis, and then I put this sambal ulek or grinded chili, and then the soya. Okay. And then this is the secret to make it better. Okay, I mix like this. See all the ingredients. Okay, and then I stir around all of them like this. Make the taste become perfect.
Wow, it smells wonderful, huh?
Yeah, the smell. You know, when I do cooking in the supermarket, you know, people come to me from far away because the smell from the door of the shop, and they say, oh, where does this smell come from? Because the combination of the bumbu nasi goreng and this ketchup manis makes crazy smell, you know, like you know it, you know. You see? So now I put the vegetables. I use these vegetables. You see? Yeah. You can also use the what do you call it? Cabbage. Yeah. You see it? And stir well together. And now come to the end, the rice. So if you have the rest of the rice from yesterday, don't throw it away, and make Nasi Goreng.
How am I doing, yeah? Is it similar as yours?
Yeah, it's okay. You are clever.
Yeah. But this Nasi Goreng is also for Chinese breakfast, right?
Yeah. In Indonesia, we eat breakfast, sometimes rice and dinner.
It's like you don't have any. So now is the point to getting the rice to get enough parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the salt is covering all the rice
Yeah.
and boost it up. Yes, you got it.
So that's why you use your hands, right?
Yeah, I use my hand, but I use the gloves, So it's clean. It's clean. My hand is clean. And this is the secret in the kitchen, You can't do that, As long as you use the glass, so it's clean. So now I am going to add the. So the last, I am going to garnish it with the spring onion, okay? So, and now it's about time to taste. If you feel that you try it, if you feel like try to taste it, if it's too strong or what?
Yeah?
Oh, so delicious. Very fast. Today, I got time from the organizer. 30 minutes, can you make this ready 30 minutes? I said, don't worry.
We use 15 minutes.
Okay, now we can distribute to anybody, so I'm going to check you.
Yeah?
Yep.
I managed right.
Yeah, you're doing good. Yes. But some people like to make more color, become more brown, and then you just add the ketchup manis. And some of you probably feel like strong or whatever, Let me show it to you. Sometimes you taste it, oh, it's strong, and then you do it like this to make balance, okay? Like this, okay? This you are doing home. Yeah. I myself can see the color. How strong is it? Okay. Now, we finish with one dishes.
So everyone, a round of applause for our assistant. She did very good. You know how easy it is to make this course at home.
While you are enjoying this nasi goreng, I proceed to the next menu.
Yes, good. Thank you. I will take it.
Is it too strong? If it is too strong, just add the ketchup mayonnaise, the sweet soy, to neutralize to neutralize the taste. Thank you. While you are enjoying the nasi goreng, I have to move to another program. It's how to make the nasi kuning. This turmeric yellow rice. And we use this bumbu, yellow rice. Bumbu is very important in Indonesian cooking. Bumbu is something like, what do you call this, all the grinding, the herbs and the spices, you know. So we grind it, all of this, like this turmeric. This is made color yellow. And turmeric is very healthy today. It's, they said, like the experts said, prevent cancer. They said so. If I go home, I like to drink this turmeric drink. It's healthy for prevent the cancer. And this is what it's made from. The yellow turmeric and the ginger, and then the garlic and the onion, you know, all of these things. So what I'm going to do now, I use today I use the jasmine rice, and now to make the yellow rice, I use the basmati rice. Yeah, so you will feel the same. So how to make the yellow rice? I wash the rice first, you know, and then I add. I wash it first very clean, and then I cook this with the coconut together with this. Okay, spicy this, but this one you must give a bang a little bit, okay, in order the aroma comes out. Smell very good, it's fresh, smell citron. Yeah, lemongrass, very healthy. You can really make like tea or coke. It's very healthy. So all the combinations are, I use about 350 gram rice washed, and then about 4 deciliter water. I like to use the cooked water when I cook rice, you know, to give perfect result. And then I use 200 ml of the coconut milk, one pack this, and then all together, we use the rice cooker, you know, 20 minutes finish, but don't forget stir 2-3 times, okay? And the smell is so good. So look at this. And the yellow rice we get used to in Indonesia, like a special occasion, party, like celebration, you know, and we use the yellow rice. And today we are going to serve it with the opor ayam, that is Indonesian white chicken curry. So I take the oil first.
We'll see if there's
This is our last program. If you like it, if you forget how to do it, you can just call me. And I can come to make it to you at your house. So first I fry the onion, the same procedure as the last. I fry it until the onion make color, light brown. So when the color turns into a little bit brown, and then I add the chicken. It's like chicken breast. I use the chicken breast. So while I'm doing this, I add with this bumbu again. This is like a curry paste, you know, might one. We call it white chicken curry spices. So I don't need to wait until the color change. So I just add it 2 bags of this bumbu. Yeah, 2 bags, yeah. And I add a little bit coriander here. Yeah. And then I bang again this lemongrass. Okay. Mix all together. And some leaf. This is kefir lime blood. If you don't have it, use at home, you can use lau bagla. Lau bagla, ya. So we mix all and stir it well together. And then at the last I add the little tamarind. You know tamarind? If you don't have tamarind at home, you can use a little lime. Yeah. And then you can also add a bit palm sugar if you like it. Or if there is no choice, you can use a little bit kecap manis. And then 400 ml coconut water. Just mixing all first. Can you smell it? Something like, can you smell it? Yeah. And we have excellent coconut red color, you know. The best quality. Actually, I said so because my product from Indonesia, I said this is the best one. So the secret succeeds to make the, if you are to make the curry, the secret is on the combination bumbu and the coconut. If you choose wrong coconut or the quality is not good, like komsi, you know, and then the taste of the curry like komsi. Okay? So be careful to choose the coconut, and this is the best one. Believe me. Okay. So I mix all together. And then you just cook it further until 5 minutes and until the chicken is done. And now we are going to serve the nasi kuning with the opor ayam, is the Indonesian white chicken curry.
Not yet 5 minutes.
Not yet, but I have the other fillings. I'm making. I use such kind of tricks in order I can finish this program 30 minutes.
That is very good.
I have to do it. Efficiency. Efficiency is important. Actually,
I'm Indonesian, and this is my first year in Oslo. I'm working at Hotel Bristol as the head pastry chef, and it's an honor for me to be here in the first year. And who knows, maybe next year I will be in the national television. Yes, and honestly, to be here, perform after all those beautiful food from Ibu Emi, it's just like you're going to perform after Beyonce. because with the cakes, I cannot sell the smell, the fragrance, and it's actually gonna take a very long time if we make it from the scratch. But here, what I'm gonna do is like, you have all the recipe, and then it's gonna be very useful because you can use it at home, and then I will tell you the tips and tricks about how to make the scones, the cream, and everything. And are we gonna have a guest, or if there's any of you dare to be on stage? Do we volunteer? Sure. Yeah. So now I have a duet here. Okay. So
Questions which I like it.
yeah. Yes. So I can be the Mariah Carey, you can be the Whitney Houston, and you can be the I don't know who. So first, the recipe is the pandan scone cake. First of all, as Mr. Todung mentioned, that this is the gulung cake, and then it's quite difficult to translate it in English because it's like we try to translate what is tiramisu. Like we cannot say it's a coffee mascarpone cake because it's dadar gulung. But basically the element in the cake is coconut, pandan, and brown sugar. And what is pandan? Pandan is a tropical leaf from Southeast Asia, and it's very popular. And unfortunately, here we can find, but I would say it's different quality, but it's still good. So for this recipe, we're gonna use the pandan paste, but we can make from the fresh pandan leaf. We just have to put in the blender with water, and then you just put it overnight in the fridge, and then after overnight, then the essence and the water is gonna be split, so you can just throw the water on the top, and then you can use the essence on the bottom. Okay. My superstar, please. Okay, so for these pandan scones, you can change it. If you don't want pandan, you can make the chocolate sponge cake with the same recipe. You can make vanilla sponge cake. That's why I say it's very useful. And you know, for birthday cake and anything. And then it has a very good consistency. Like if you love to decorate your cake, you know, put in the room temperature, it can hold the decoration. And here I already have the dry ingredients. By dry ingredients, I mean the sugar, the flour, the baking powder. And for the flour, this is a little bit knowledge. We have high protein flour and low protein flour. The high protein, you mean it's high gluten, that's the one that we use to make bread. And the low one, the one that we use to make cookies and cake. But the cake, you can basically use the all-purpose flour. Because like, if we do the opposite, if we use the low protein flour to make bread, then the bread is not gonna be good. And if we use the high protein
flour to make cake, then the cake will be dense. Okay? And then this is, we have the dry ingredients, and then you can put the eggs here. You can put the eggs in the bowl. Yes. Yes. And then this is the milk. And the milk. Nervous, but believe me, I'm making a chef. Yes. This is the oil. And we say for later the question. And then we have milk here. And put it. And we can put the pandan essence here. We're not gonna bake the scones because we're gonna wait 30 minutes if we bake the scones, but at least we know how to make it. So this is, we can just put the essence. Okay, and then you can just, no, with the mixer. Low speed first. Yes. So basically we just mix all the ingredients together. If you don't have the mixer, you can just use the balloon whisk. And to the extreme, if you don't have the mixer, you don't have the balloon whisk, you can just put in the blender or in the food processor and then just mix it. And then just to make sure there is no lump. So we just mix it all together. And then the baking time, in the recipe I put 180. It's for the home oven, but if you really have a really good oven, you can, usually the fan is stronger, you can just lower the temperature, so you're gonna have a good consistency. Because if you put too high temperature and too strong fan, your top layer of sponge is gonna be dry, like brown, but then the inside is not cooked yet. And then, so now here we are ready, which is me, and this is just liquid, just like this, but it will rise, believe me. Why? Because we have the baking powder and the egg. I know that some sponge recipes, we have to mix the egg first, and then we put the sugar, everything, but that's quite tricky. It's 2021, we need something quick and easy, right? So we use this one. And then we set aside this one. Let's pretending this is in the oven, okay? And then for the next one, caramel whip. Yes. And then we have to heat it up, the cream. But I'm quite confused because we have a lot here. So if you can have a look, the caramel whip. The ingredients is fresh cream. It's like the cream that you can find in the store. And then we use the Farona chocolate. So this one, the chocolate, the Farona. We do a little bit fancy today. But this one is Dulce. Dulce originally is like caramel. Like you have condensed milk, and then you cook it in the simmer it. Yeah, simmer it for 4 hours, and then you're gonna have that condensed milk become caramel. That's what we call dulce. But again, thanks to the technology, now we can just have it in the store, right? But you can also change the chocolate with if you make another cake. You can use the dark chocolate, or you can use white chocolate, milk chocolate, up to your preference. And then, is it on? Yes. Yeah. Are you cooking at home?
Yes.
So we got the right person here. And then this we can just put. So here we have two cream. First, the one that we boil to melt the chocolate, and then the second one is the cold cream. The function of this cold cream is to, when we whip it after overnight, then this one is gonna help to rise the cream. Okay. And then this caramel whip is very useful because you can use it as a filling in the middle of the cake, but you can also use it for decoration on the top. Rather than just use buttercream or just normal whipped cream, you can use this one. Okay, and it's easy. What cake did you make last time?
Dutch apple pie.
Say again?
Dutch apple pie.
Oh, Dutch apple pie. Ah.
Oh, and I made speckle the other day.
Ah, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Very
A lot of
Christmassy.
work, but speckle.
Yes. Yeah.
Take forever, but yeah.
Okay, now it's boil. Just pour it on the chocolate and then just mix it. Just mix well. If you have the hand blender, it's better.
It's easier.
Yes. Yes. And then this whip, after we mix all the ingredients, we have to leave it overnight in the fridge. You cannot use it straight away because we have to make sure all the emulsifier inside is stick together and then it has a rest time. So if you want the cake for tomorrow, you have to make it from today. Do you give up?
No, it's getting cold.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yes, but you know, I'm not wearing any.
So basically, just mix that one. Again, let's pretending the chocolate is melted, and then we put the whipped cream. I know. But you know, and then this is the one that we already put overnight in the fridge. Yes, we actually can open it.
It's too cold, so it won't melt. It smells nice though, nice and sweet. Yes,
Indeed.
very nice.
Okay, you can finish with your business. We can have the stage again, and then I will show you the texture. You can put it, so you can see the texture. It's like not so liquid, but it's thicker. And you can actually use it as a spread on your bread, but you know, be worried about the sugar, diabetes, and everything. But why not once in a while? Oh, true.
There's always room for dessert.
Yes, there's always room for dessert. But it's also, in Norway, I find it very, not unique, but special because even in my hotel in Bristol, there's a lot of elder guests actually having afternoon tea. So I believe they're not really worried about the sugar, calories and everything, you know, enjoy life. You know? So this is the cream. You can whip it again if we have. No, we need to use the hand mixer.
Hand mixer. Which is
Yes.
that's mixing by hand.
Yes. I think it's clean, isn't it? Let's Miftah figure it out. And then now we go to the next recipe, the coconut filling. First is shredded coconut or desiccated coconut, and then brown sugar and coconut milk. This is the desiccated coconut, the dry coconut. But if you have the fresh one, the shredded coconut, it's even better because you still have the juice, you know, the coconut milk inside, and then it will give a lot of moisture. No? Should we pretend again that everything is fine? Don't worry, we're still gonna have the cake at the end of the show. Okay. I mean, after 3 years marriage, I still can't believe you still figured out how to stick this one. I think so. You can mix. And don't over whip the cream, because you can over whip the cream and then it's gonna be split. You know, like how you know the cream is split? Like you taste the grain in the cream. You don't taste the smooth texture.
This is very sweet.
Yes, as smooth as our show. Hopefully, believe me, this is. I was like, since last week I was quite stressed, like how do I do the demo, and then like how do I have to talk in front of the important guests, you know, but here I am today. Yes. Back to the recipe. Until, yes, we can.
It's getting lighter.
That's true.
Yes.
When it's whipped, the color is getting lighter and the volume is rising. That's perfect. As you can see, yes. So this is like quite thick. That's why I said you can use it for decoration on top, you can use it as a filling. So this, let's put it aside again. Next recipe, the coconut filling. Again, not again, but as I mentioned before, this is the desiccated coconut. We have 2 ways cooking it. Can I have the small one? Yes. But I think we don't have to cook this one because it's gonna take a long time. So I just give you the 2 cent trick. If you use the dry one, you would like to put extra coconut milk. You can use the cara. You know, I support the Guemi here, Guemi, your cara here. So if you need brand ambassador, I'm here, you know. But if you use the fresh one, you can just add sugar straight away. And it helps actually because it can stay longer. If you use the fresh one, you only add the sugar, you not add more liquid. So you just cook until it's reduced, the liquid, and then you can just stop, after it's reduced, you can just store it in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. It doesn't matter, it's fine. And here we already have the ready one, but this one I use the desiccated coconut. That's why it's getting a little bit dry, but it still tastes good.